Hey, before we dive in, I gotta be clear about something. I'm not a financial advisor. Everything you're about to hear is purely educational content. So here's a question that should make your blood boil. Some of the richest people in America, billionaires who could buy small countries, they pay almost no federal income tax. Some years, literally zero. Not because they're breaking the law, because they're following it perfectly. Meanwhile, you're probably paying 20, 30, maybe 40% of your paycheck just to exist. That's the brutal irony of the system. The less money you have, the more you actually pay. But here's what most people don't understand. This isn't corruption. It's not hidden in some dark basement somewhere. It's written into the tax code, out in the open, waiting for anyone smart enough to use it. And the richest people on earth have entire teams of lawyers making sure they use every single loophole. Let's talk about why this happens in the first place. Income tax was created to tax money you earned. Your salary, your paycheck, that's income. You're supposed to pay tax on it. But here's the thing. When you're a billionaire, your money doesn't come from a salary anymore. It comes from owning things, owning companies, owning stocks, owning real estate. And the moment your money stops being income and becomes something else, the tax game changes completely. Let's say Elon Musk doesn't get a paycheck from Tesla. He owns a chunk of Tesla. Tesla's stock goes up $10 billion in value that year. Did Elon earn income? Technically, no. His net worth went up, but he hasn't cashed out yet. And here's the magic word: capital gains. The profit you make when you sell an asset that's gone up in value. Now, capital gains are taxed, but here's where it gets interesting. They're taxed at a much lower rate than regular income, like almost half the rate. Why? Because someone, somewhere, decided that encouraging investment was more important than taxing it fairly. And that someone was Congress, which is mostly made up of rich people. But capital gains are just the beginning. The real wizardry happens with something called debt-based living. Stay with me here, because this is where billionaires basically found a cheat code. If you need cash, but you don't want to sell your stock and trigger a capital gains tax, what do? You borrow against it. You take a loan using your stock as collateral. The loan is tax-free. You get cash, your stock keeps growing. And you never actually sold anything, so you never paid any tax. It's like having your cake and eating it too, except the cake is worth $100 billion. But there's more. Charitable donations, tax loss harvesting, buying and holding assets forever so they never get taxed at all. Private equity structures that shift profits to tax havens. Each one is legal. Each one is designed specifically for people with enough money to hire people who know about them. Here's the part that should actually scare you though. This isn't just unfair. It's mathematically broken. The government needs revenue. If the richest people pay almost nothing, that money has to come from somewhere. So it comes from you. From people making salaries they can't escape. The middle class is basically subsidizing the ultra-wealthy's tax strategy. And it's all perfectly legal because the rich people writing the tax code are the ones using these loopholes. It's not a conspiracy. It's a system. And the system was built by the people who benefit from it the most. Now, some billionaires will tell you they're paying their fair share. And technically, maybe they are, according to the law that they literally helped write. But that's like a professor grading their own exam. The tax code is now so complicated, so full of backdoors and exemptions, that it basically functions as a subsidy for anyone rich enough to understand it. Or more accurately, rich enough to hire someone who does. And every year, Congress adds more complexity instead of simplifying it. Guess why? Because complexity is where the rich hide. The average person can't hire a team of tax lawyers. They can't set up trusts in Delaware or buy and hold assets strategically. They just get a W-2, pay what they owe, and move on. The rich people, they have options. Legal options, strategic options, options that are completely invisible to anyone making under $1 million a year. This is why wealth inequality keeps getting worse. It's not just that rich people earn more. It's that the entire tax system is built to protect wealth once you have it. And until that system changes, until Congress actually closes these loopholes instead of adding new ones, this game keeps running exactly the way it's designed to. If you want to understand how wealth actually works in this country, the real mechanics that nobody teaches you, hit subscribe. Because knowing this stuff is the first step to not being on the losing end of it.